Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bite Podcast with Raven and Ree. I'm your host, Raven,
And I'm your host, Ree.
and this is our 30th episode. This is our 1 year podiversary episode. It has been a whole year that we have been doing this podcast.
Oh my God. Has it really been a year?
It
Wow.
seems like it seems crazy. Like it doesn't seem like
Yeah. I mean,
like
so much has
I don't
happened this
know.
year.
Yeah, I'm like, how has it already been a year? I'm like, that's just wild. Like this time last year, we were literally recording our first episode.
Yeah.
Um,
I have blue
then
hair.
you had blue hair. I had not dyed hair.
You
Um,
had your just natural black.
I had really long hair too. Awesome.
Yeah. I remember you.
And I
So
remember for
Cody.
the first podcast, I wore a sweater, and I'm wearing a sweater today, but it's my fork sweater.
Yes. What did I wear? I wore my overalls and my red beret, and now I'm in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
spooky October onesie.
yeah. Yes, it's October. Yay, I'm so
It's
excited.
October.
I love Halloween. That's what I'm doing today. I'm doing like my fall cleaning basically. And
Yes, I hung up some deco. I want to go. My mom's on her way home because she went to a concert this weekend. But it's like I want to go to like the dollar store and TJ to kind of get more. I want to get pumpkins.
mm, I have a whole like there's this like thing I shared on Facebook that Carlos and I want to do. And it's like an autumn self-care challenge. And they have like
Oh,
different things. And it's like um fall candle, paint a pumpkin, love on your body, pumpkin dessert, warmth and coziness, autumn wardrobe, unplug and go outside, warm blankets, soups or crock pot, feelings check in, coffee outside, let it go, gratitude practice, lotion and massage, work on a bad habit, autumn pajamas, which you have basically. um Create balance, declutter your space, journal outside, bake goodies, take a nap, conquer a fear, nature walk, slow down, get spiritual, apple cider, release emotion, practice hygge and honor ancestors and campfire.
I love those. Yeah.
So
I
if
got
any
this at
do any of those for autumn.
TJ Maxx for $10.
That's
So
a good deal. Oh my gosh, I should go to TJ Maxx and see if they have another one and we can be matching.
yes. Oh my gosh, I think they just got them in. I chose this one because it's got the cats and the pumpkins, but they also had like a black one with spider webs and like witch hats, and then they had like another one that was like orange. So they have different ones, but you can find another one with be matching.
Yes, yay. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I was telling my husband, I was like, we have so much to do today. I was like, I'm gonna finish the podcast and we're gonna clean, and then we have to go do this and this and this, and then I have to do lesson plans today because it's Sunday. So
Oh my,
yeah,
lesson.
my days are gonna start. It's very weird because we've done the podcast while I'm doing school, but we've never done the podcast on a normal year because last year I was technically at home. So it wasn't like it wasn't school. I wasn't doing competitions, I wasn't doing musicals, and literally this year is a normal year. And it's gonna
Yeah.
be what my days are like my work days are like 14-hour days. They like literally like I just want to let everyone know how busy I am. So like I wake up in the morning the latest possible time I can wake up. Like I'm not the type of person to be like I'm gonna wake up at this time and get so much. No, I'm waking up the last possible second that I can. And I get ready super quick. I let my dogs out. They eat a little bit. I put them back in their kennel because they cannot be left alone outside of the kennel because they will destroy my entire house. I will no longer have couches if I leave my dogs out,
Oh, that was my
basically.
day.
Yeah. And so then I go to work. Well, first I go pick up my sister. If I have like 20 minutes till I have to be at work by 7:35. So if I have enough time, like 20 minutes, sometimes even 10, I'll push it a little bit. I will run to the store to get coffee with my sister. And then we go to school because she's my student and she's an eighth grader. And then I'm at work all day. And then school ends at 3:25, and at 3:30 I have practice. On Mondays and Wednesdays I have practice till 4:30, and on Tuesdays and Thursdays I have practice till 5:30. But after I leave those practices, I have practice at the high school. So this week is going to be pretty chill because we're just doing auditions. So every day this week I will be getting out before, let me see, I have it. Every day this week I will be getting out before, where are you? Before 9. So on Wednesdays, I'll be done before 6:30. And then it takes me like 30 minutes to get home, something like that. So I'll be home by 7. But then Tuesday, oh, I'm not gonna get home till like 9:30 because we have auditions from 7 to 9. And then Thursday and Friday should be Thursday's callbacks, but those are usually just after school. And then Friday they'll put up the cast list and stuff like that. So, and then starting next week is just like go. Like every day I will be home by 9:30. So I have like 14-hour work days, and it's a lot. I haven't been
By
posting on
then you
TikTok.
just want to. By then you just want to eat and sleep.
I don't even want to eat. I'm just like, I just usually I'll have my dinner when I have they know that I have practices and stuff like that. So like they know if I'm late that there's a reason why. Um but usually what I'll have my dinner between my practice at my school and then the high school practice. So I'll stop somewhere really quickly. This is around the time where I gain the most weight because I'm like not caring about what I'm eating because I'm just trying to grab something really quick and then like go. But I'm gonna try to be a little bit better and like try not to. I mean, I'm still gonna get fast food, but I'm gonna try to like a salad or something like not as much as I
Yeah.
usually get because like you sometimes I know that there's gonna be some days where I'm just like McDonald's, dollar burgers, let's go, like it's time. But I can't do
Yeah.
that all the time, it's not the best thing. But speaking of
Yeah.
McDonald's, I did get McDonald's today and I got iced coffee and I'm using Mama Cat's cup. It just has to be
I
red and I'll be like Bella.
I still have yet to unpack my cup. I unpacked everything on my in my bag when we got back from Forks to like show my parents. But then
Mhm.
when I brought it upstairs, I put it all in the bag and I have it. It's been like 3 weeks and I still haven't unpacked it just because I have no room on my Twilight shelf anymore. And also this room, because like this room isn't really even a room, it's a makeshift room. Like it doesn't have a closet. We had a makeshift closet and everything. But my dad and I, our fall project is to get the room that used to be my old room that became my grandpa's room and is now like the storage room. We're gonna get that figured out so then I can move downstairs.
Oh,
And
good.
then finally I can have like space, and then I can have my full on Twilight shrine ready because I have
I
my smaller bookshelf. So that's where it's gonna go.
I need to get another bookshelf. The one that I got was already too small for everything that I had. So I have stuff like put there, and then the backing of the bookshelf, like the Walmart bookshelves, is kind of coming off. So like I need to like take everything out and like get more like of those little nails and like staple them or put them on again. Or even like glue them down or something because I don't want it to like undo and then like everything comes toppling down. Um
Yeah.
but then my Twilight stuff is already like taking up like half of the bookshelf, and then I have the stuff from FTF that I need to put on. And I'm not even gonna attempt to do that. I just need a new
Yeah.
bookshelf like for just my Twilight stuff.
Literally, like my one bookshelf right here, it's like the top that is like the biggest space is all my Twilight stuff, and then the smaller one below it is my Harry Potter shelf, and then I have all my books separated by genre. But then on my other bookshelf, that's where I have like my alcohol bottles because I collect my alcohol bottles, and then I have
Hmm.
my comics, and it's just miscellaneous. It doesn't have a theme, and I want it to have a theme so bad, but I have no room to put everything.
Yeah, I have to get that situated. So I had in my old office, if you watched us for a while, at some point when I lived at my mom's, I had Edward Cullen as my background because I had a giant Edward Cullen tapestry, and
Go.
he ended up being my background for a little bit, and then I got my big snake, and then I had to like rearrange everything, whatever. But I have a giant Edward Cullen tapestry that my husband got me, and I was like, I need to put that in my classroom this year because why not? So, those of you that don't
Yeah.
know, I'm a drama teacher. Love it. It's the best. Kids are the funniest. Like, I have a good group of kids this year, and they're funny and they're just
Good.
like wild. Like, they're just like something else. They just like tell you things that you don't like. You're like out of nowhere. I had a little girl, and she tells me, she goes, we're like in a big group and we're like having a meeting of our UIL, and we're having a meeting. She goes, and everyone's there, like all of my students are there, all my UIL kids are there. We're talking. She goes, Miss, I had cancer. And I was I was like, uh uh she was like, I was like, oh my, like, and everyone was like, what? And she was like, it was just like the funniest thing. Like, it's not funny, but it was just like the this is Walker. He wants to be a star right now. It was just like the most awkward and a random moment to just
Yeah.
like tell. And
Drop that.
I was like, I don't know what to say to that. So I was like, I'm so glad that you're here with us today. Like, I didn't know what to say, but she's great, and she's a great student. But I'm so glad that I like let my kids know that I like Twilight, because I think after a while, I had kids like every now and then I have a kid like, you want to know what I brought today? And they pull out their Twilight book. You want to see what I checked out from the library? They bring me their Twilight book, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I
Yes.
love it. And then, so I had a student, and she like runs into class and she goes, Miss, I have something for you. And I was like, what? And she brings me a
Aw, I
Robert
was wondering about
Pattinson,
that.
yeah, a Robert Pattinson like cutout from a magazine. And I looked closer, and it says Edward next to him, and I was like, what Twilight magazine did they fucking cut this out of? And why didn't they just bring me the whole magazine? I was like, are you kidding me? But
They were all
obviously,
like, we'll just give her the face. We'll give her
yeah,
his face. I'll keep the rest.
I was like, obviously, well, because I have my giant Edward tapestry, so I don't know if they just think that I just like, oh my gosh, Walker, Jesus Christ. I don't know if they just think I stan Edward Cullen, which I do, right? But I'm like, bring me the whole magazine, please. And then that was a sixth grade student. And then I have it from my second period. And then I have a sixth grade sixth period class. And I have a little girl, and she goes, oh my gosh, Miss, I got something for you. She goes, hold on, it's all the way at the bottom of my bag. She starts pulling everything out. And she gives me, well, he's being blocked right now by a Jacob one from the same
Oh,
magazine. And I'm like, what? And then she goes, I had an Edward Cullen one, but so and so stole it from me. And I was like, oh, she gave it to me. So they're just
I
like,
want to know what
stealing.
magazine it is. That looks like an old, like, Tiger Beat kind of
So
picture.
that's what I was saying. And so I was like, where are you getting these? Well, I guess for Spanish or something like that, she's having them do collages. So she has old magazines so I'm assuming it's a magazine that's probably been cut up and everything. So even if they were to steal and give me the magazine, it's probably like they have probably so many things missing from it and whatnot. So whatever, but
I was like, those
she said
pictures
there
that
was a
make it look
Bella
like
one
Tiger
too,
Beat.
but I didn't cut her out. That's what she told me. And I was like, well, you should cut her out. I would gladly take it. So I had all three
You
of them
get
on
the
my
whole trio.
phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Speaking of phone and stickers, look who I ended up putting on mine.
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna
And
put
then
and the I'm gonna
be like,
put
you might
her
delete
on
later.
my I'm gonna put her on my car. Yeah.
Yes.
I have this stone the cone sticker on my car. Um
Oh my, if only these were like car stickers, so they were sticky on the front, because then you could like place her to where she's just peeking out of the corner.
oh my gosh, that'd be terrifying. She's just like,
Like,
oh, Renee's me scary. Um but yeah, so I just like I love that my kids know. And then it's like a game. It's like those like I was on TikTok and then a student like came up behind me. They go, "You have 25,000 followers on TikTok?" I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, what's your TikTok?" I'm not gonna tell you my TikTok. Like, if you happen to find it, then fine. But and I tell them, and I was like, "I will block you." Like I
oh
straight
gosh,
up will
yeah.
block you. And then these kids, they create like these fake anonymous profiles, and I'm like, I know that this is you. I go to the profile, and then I go to see who they're following, and it's all students from my school, and I'm like, I know that this is you.
It,
Like
yeah.
you're not being sneaky. And then I'll have kids come up to me. I saw your video on my For You page. You came up on my For You page. I found your TikTok, and I'm like, guys, good. Just don't follow me. I'll block you.
I remember when you were on live stream and some of your students came in and you were
I,
like,
I
no, get up.
I tell them about that, and I'm like, guys, because when I first like the first couple of days of school, I was telling them, look, guys, I have to tell you something. I make TikToks, so my videos may or may not come up on your For You page. And I was like, but if you find me on TikTok and you comment something or you follow me and I see that it's you, or I go live and you comment, hi, miss, I'm gonna block you. And they go, and I had to go, wait, you have enough followers to go live? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, you have more than 1,000 followers? I could go, I have more than 10,000 followers. And she goes, what? You have more than 20,000 followers? I was like, yeah. And she was like freaking out. They were like freaking out. And but it's just like it's inevitable. It's like
Yeah.
it'll come up on like every once in a while you have those videos, especially my UIL kids. I get a lot of their numbers like because I have to text them for competitions and stuff like that. And so like if you I don't know if you've seen, but now they started doing like if you have someone's number and it pops up on your like and you're going, it'll say in your contacts. Like if you're scrolling through your For You page, it'll say in your contacts with
Yeah. Oh
mhm.
no, that's my worst nightmare. We already have that on Snapchat. I don't want, no. I don't want people from my school
But then
finding me.
also, so some people were doing that, but then it would be like Justin Bieber's video, and it was like in your contacts, and they were like,
Okay.
"What?" I've had a couple people like 500,000 followers, and it says in your contacts, and I'm like, "Who is this?" Like, I don't know who this is. Why do I like?
Yeah.
Just
I just
wild.
saw also like now with the update, you can like actually fast forward in a TikTok or go back. And I'm like,
Yeah.
geez, is this YouTube now?
I think basically, and I don't know if they would end up doing over like I don't think that they're gonna go over 3 minutes. I think that's gonna be their because then you get to the point that they're not a video app, they're like a streaming, like a YouTube,
Yeah.
And I don't think that that's
Yeah.
what
So
they want to do.
yeah, because then it would just take away like, because it's like now, like, you had Facebook and Facebook had the market, and now Instagram has a shopping thing, and it's just like, why? I'm like, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna shop on Instagram. If I'm gonna like
Yeah.
buy something, I'm just gonna go on Safari and search it up.
Yeah, I don't I hesitate putting out 3 minute videos. Those videos hardly ever get, go
Yeah,
viral. If they do, it's like something I know like there's a couple videos that now watch them and they're viral and I go to the comments they're like I did not realize that this was 3 minutes long. Like but like it's because they're doing something that like people they're catching people's attention. But if it's just like you talking for 3 minutes, like sometimes those have low engagement. So I get it with that.
Yeah.
um I actually have to make a video today because I've been slacking on the posting bad. I'm trying to do like every other day, or like I can't do every day anymore. Like I really cannot. I think like I like had
Yeah.
posted something 5 days ago, and then I was like 2 days ago, and I was like one day ago. Because I'm really trying to space it out. I don't want to like bombard every single day. It's a lot to like think about having to post every single day. Whereas if I just
Yeah.
like if I happen to be like, I'm gonna post a video today, like I'm in the mood for it, like I have like a good idea, I'll post it. And I posted one, and it's an audio, and it's like, I didn't know that you didn't have a mom. And I was like, oh my God, why is that Edward whenever Renee, like whenever he first met Renee?
That literally is.
And so
You gotta like
people,
be reading if you, what do you do? Have you posted it yet, or are you
no,
about to?
I'm gonna post it today. I literally have Midnight Sun here with me because afterward I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be like, this is what happened, guys. Renee is a piece of shit, which we all know, but
Yeah.
it's so funny.
Movie
So,
Renee, they really kind of gave her a good edit, but we all know who read the books. We don't stand Renee in this house.
yeah. I don't, well, I guess it's not a secret because I'm about to say it, but I run an account on Instagram called Bella Swan's Mom. Um and it's just like I post every now. I'm really not consistent with it, but it's just like a funny thing to have. And so like I just post like funny things about Renee and stuff like that. Like I posted one. It makes I posted one, and I put it's like a Phil and Renee at the wedding, and I completely cropped, like, look at Phil. And then the caption is, Phil, he keeps me young.
Raven, that literally, that reminds me of like Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds' relationship, because you know how on like their birthdays they post pictures, but it's literally
Yeah,
like
yeah.
them cropping them out.
But it's like Renee would do something like that. Cause like I feel
He
Renee doesn't
really
know how to like Renee doesn't know how to do anything. So and then it's just like a couple of like literally 4 days after after Renesmee's birthday, I posted happy belated birthday to my girls. Better late than never, am I right? And then someone commented, this is very on brand for Renee.
you worded that so perfectly.
And then her caption is free spirit, wife, the best moms get promoted to grandma, or should I say grandma? Because I feel like Renee would be those, like,
Stop
I'm not a
it.
grandma, I'm a grandma. And then
Oh my god.
it was so funny because we have Trent and Mary Beth. Mary Beth cosplays as Rosalie, and then Trent cosplays as, well, Chief Swan. And I was like, it would just be so funny if I like went and just commented on his stuff as Renee. And so
No, you
I
didn't.
for a while it's been a mystery like about who Bella Swan's mom was. It's not like a popular page, but people were definitely like, who's running this account? And so like his first post, I put, Charlie, tell Bella I found my power cord and to answer my phone calls. His first post. Second post, I put, it's just so funny. I just can't deal with this. Second post, I put, oh no, hold on. Second post,
Hold on. Oh, I wasn't following you back. Hold on. I'm about to stand like.
okay.
Wait, hold on. I can't hear you. It froze.
Yeah, you're frozen. Got it?
Okay. What did
Okay.
you say? What did you? Yeah.
So the second post, it's a picture of Bella by like a cow. And then I put and then Bella Sam, who's just Bella Swan, commented, you take pictures of the weirdest moments. And then I replied, put, Bella, it looks so gloomy there. You're getting paler by the second. Florida is so bright and sunny. Please visit us soon. You're gonna love it. Winky face. Like, just the most ridiculous things ever. And then
Does Sam know that it's you?
she does now. Yeah.
Okay.
I think she asked Cherish, and Cherish was like, it's Raven. But I'm not, I mean, it's not, then he posted a picture of Bella in a cowboy hat. And I commented, Charlie, you couldn't have gotten her something a bit more glamorous. Like, just like ridiculous stuff. A picture of I don't know if I commented on this one. I think I did. Oh yeah. It's a picture of him in the Bella Swan truck, and he put, got this truck for Bells, hope she likes it. And I put, that trucks look like a tank, thank goodness, because my Bella's one clumsy gal. Wonder who she gets that from. um and then he posted a picture. He posted a picture of him with his like police jacket on. And then he put, because I'm a cop, I know things. I put, you've always been married to the job, just like a subtle jab. Like,
Jeez. Okay.
and then he posted a picture at FTF in a flannel, and I put, still wearing that old flannel I see. But at this point, I had already told Trent and Mary Beth, because she has a book called Summoned, which everyone should go check out. And they had that author's like signing stuff. And I went to their table and I was like, are you guys Trent and Mary Beth? And they were like, yes. And I was like, I'm Bella Swan's mom. And they were like, you're kidding. And like, it was just like the funniest thing ever. So at this point, I had already told them that I was Bella Swan's mom. So I commented, still wearing that old flannel I see. And then he replied back. It's so funny. I love his Charlie, because Charlie is, everything's in caps, like all caps. Like, he types in all caps because it's just like, he's a dad. He doesn't know how to turn the caps lock off. And so he said, he comments, it's just getting worn in. I love it. It's just the funniest thing ever. Everyone go follow Trent at Just Chief Swan.
Oh, I thought someone was coming upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys can go follow Trent and Mary Beth, and then at Military Inn, and then follow Trent at Just Chief Swan. He does a immaculate Charlie Swan cosplay. And then if you want to follow me at Bella Swan's mom, that's great. It's just a funny little account I have. And sometimes I get people like, well, I've recently had people DM me and pretend to be Bella. So it's so funny. So she messaged me.
Gosh.
She put, hi mom. I said, hi Bella, why haven't you called? And she goes, I'm sorry, I was just busy. I had dinner with my father and did my homework. So I'm lying here and decided to call you. How are you doing? How's Phil? I said, just trying to keep up with adulting. I don't know how you did it. Isabella just... And so we went back and forth a little bit, but now they're messaging me a little bit too much. And so I don't reply that often.
Oh boy. Yeah.
I think they've gotten the hint though. It was just like a one time, like, oh, it's funny, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Well, TikTok, Instagram, Twilight, just wild. Oh, I think we should do our announcement now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess it's kind of like two announcements, kind of ish.
Yeah.
So, in honor of our 1 year podiversary, we were like, how do we like shake things up, make things a little bit more interesting so that we can like keep you guys, here and not like keep doing new things and not like just us talking, because that's fun too. But also sometimes it's like, oh, well, they just sit and talk, which is what a podcast is anyways. You like sit and talk. So first of all, second of all, we were like, we just wanted to do something new and try something out. So we had an idea a couple of weeks or like maybe a month or two ago, where we thought that it would be really interesting to bring in someone who is knows nothing about Twilight. They've never seen the movies, they've never read the books, or or maybe they've seen the movies but haven't really read the books, and just kind of like get their first time impression on it, because from us it's like we've read them multiple times, so we have like, and we formed our own opinions on it. So then sometimes it's like you need that fresh opinion to see what like the person is thinking about it, just to see. It's really interesting. It's kind of like, to me, a little social experiment, because it's kind of like you're learning, and it's also living vicariously through someone for reading the books like for the first time. It's like, oh my gosh. And you get that excitement again, just like if you were like showing your friend who's never seen Twilight the movies for the first time, um the excitement that from everything that you get, and you're like, oh my gosh. So it's kind of like you're, whoa, wild.
Did you see that?
Yeah. Did it just go off?
It dimmed. It like, oh my god, this house is haunted. It like dimmed. I mean, it's happened before, but that was very sudden.
That is
Let me
weird.
turn off this light since I have this one on.
Okay. Continue. So we are starting a new series where every other episode we will be bringing my friend Maritza. She has seen the movies. I've showed her the movies for the first time last year. Yeah, last year. First time ever seeing it, never seen it before, never even read the books. So our plan is to get her in here, every other weekend, and we'll read a couple of chapters with her from Twilight, and we'll sit and talk about it, and just kind of get her first time real reaction to everything, and really break it down, because I feel like sometimes when you read something for the first time, it takes like a little bit for things to kind of register. Like you're like, okay, like what is happening? How is this like, going? And the plan is to possibly, we're gonna do it with Twilight. Hopefully, maybe if it sticks and it does really well, then we can possibly do it with the other books. But then we also want to do the same thing with someone who has never seen Twilight. So, my husband has never seen Twilight, actually. I just
Mr.
realized that
Woods has never.
he doesn't watch it with me.
He doesn't watch it. Well, we're gonna get him on the podcast and make him watch it.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, oh, he's never seen Twilight.
The only person who's never seen, the only person in my family who's not seen them all the way through, I should say, is my dad. My brother's seen them. He finally finished the saga like in the winter time. But my dad, it's like when he sees me watching it, he'll like watch a scene and then he'll ask me about it, and then I have to explain what's happening. And he's like, well, so which one's this? This is the third? And I was like,
yeah,
no, this is the second. So he's never watched them all the way through, but my dad won't watch them with me.
My dad has seen all the movies and is Team Jacob, rip.
Oh, yeah.
He's like major Team Jacob. I think he just like wolves better. And I legit think that's what it is. He just likes wolves better, which is fine, but so annoying. But yes, my dad really likes it too. My dad really does like Twilight. I think he like genuinely does like it. So that's funny. I showed him a picture of me and Peter Facinelli, and he was like, that's not the guy. He looks so young. How old is he? And I was like, I don't know, like in his 40s. He goes, search up how old he is. I was like, he's 47. He goes, what? He's like, that's not fucking fair. Because he looks so young. Like he's a year older than my dad. My dad turns 46 soon.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and he was like, it's because he's rich and skinny. That's what my dad said. And I was like, okay, Dad.
Peter Facinelli does look pretty well. He's a vampire. He doesn't age.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
47 now, then he was like in his
In his
early 30s.
early 30s, yeah.
He doesn't look.
Uh,
He didn't look like it then. He looked like he was in his 20s.
if I'm being completely honest, some of the looks of Carlisle, I'm like, ugh,
Oh, I
ew.
hated New Moon Carlisle. Love
Like,
Twilight.
have you seen the promo pictures? Make him look fucking ugly. Like
Yeah.
disgusting.
Just, how dare
Disgusting.
how dare they embarrass and humiliate the best dope on the planet like that?
Like they gave him no nose. It
Yeah.
like they make like if they contoured that and they were like, you're not gonna breathe today, Carlisle.
Oh my god, yeah, his like my favorite look of his is definitely by far Twilight, because that was like he actually bleached his hair and it looked the platinum blonde like it said in the books. But then
Yeah.
New Moon, it was like a yellow blonde. Same with Rosalie. Just New Moon. Okay, New Moon, the cinematography, the vibes, everything about it was except the makeup, the wardrobe, all that department.
Yeah. Let me find this Carlisle.
Eclipse was okay. I mean, I actually like the only thing is Bella's wig annoys me. And
Oh my, it's this
but
picture. This picture
let's make it the thumbnail of this.
frightens. This picture frightens me. It scares the. I am like gonna have nightmares. It's such a scary picture of him. Who is that?
Holy water.
Who is
Yeah.
that? That is so scary.
Yeah. That wasn't his best day.
That's
What's up
so
with the
ugly.
hair? He looks like it's like they're trying to make him Jasper with that hair.
Oh my god. Why would they take these ugly promo pictures? Who is that man? That is not the same man that was on screen. That is not the same person. Oh
Him
my
and Jasper
god.
literally look the same in those promo photos.
Literally.
Like I can't tell the difference. I'm like, who's supposed to be Carlisle?
Look, this is from the movie from Eclipse, but I'm like, come on. Who is that? That is
What's
not
with the
him.
what's with the 50s teddy bear quiff hairstyle?
You know what? And Peter Facinelli did also talk about that at FTF on his panel that they ran. Well, the first movie they obviously dyed his hair, and I think they had. Well, I don't know if he said that he was like, I'm not doing that anymore, or that he was like doing another movie, so he couldn't. But after that, they were like wig time, and they just went. What they had like different. This is why it was so inconsistent because they had different wig artists every single movie, and
Yeah.
there was no consistency with that.
Yeah, they had because it was a whole new production team. I think the only people who were on Twilight, all 5 films besides like the cast, were the producers and the screenwriter. I mean, they
Yeah.
had a new production, they had a whole different production team for the rest for like all the films. And it's like, come on. I mean, they shouldn't have done that. But I mean, I understand why, like with especially like Nikki and Peter and like Jackson, who naturally have dark hair, like when you bleach it like that, it makes it fall out a lot. So, because they were doing it like every 2 weeks. So,
Yeah.
I understand the wig, but it's like you have this multi-million-dollar budget and you can't get a good wig.
At least for the last couple of movies. I mean, like, at the first movie, I get why they were like, we just gotta bleach your shit because
We
we
don't
don't have
got
money
much.
for But like the second, third, and fourth and fifth, they had more budget than Nessie. Could you please stop being a menace right now?
I mean, Twilight.
You're being like the real Nessie and just like attacking things.
Yeah. I mean, Twilight literally made over $1 billion after it concluded. And I know Eclipse made at like when Eclipse came out, it made like 800 million in the box office. So how did they not have enough budget for Breaking Dawn?
You know what else? I'm like, we need to talk about this. Shark Boy. Okay, I think we've mentioned it before.
No, you just had to say Shark Boy, and I'm like, oh god.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl and Twilight were filmed at least a year and a half with within each, like at least maybe not. I don't think it was exactly 2 years, but it was like
It was really close.
really close. And the drastic change of Taylor Lautner from Shark Boy and Lava Girl to Twilight is wild. Because I thought that I was like if
Yeah,
I'm watching them, it's not that far apart. But
it's not. So like Shark, I just looked it up. So Shark Boy and Lava Girl came out in 05. So they would have filmed in 04. And then Twilight, they started filming in 07. So it's like Taylor was only what, 15, 16 when he filmed Twilight?
I think he's 15 and he was like he was like 13 about to turn 14 or something like that.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm looking at the ratings of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, and I'm all like, damn, that movie did not do good on critics, but like, I love it.
It's a great movie. I don't know about them. Like, I
Yeah,
don't know, but it's
don't
great.
know what to talk
But
about.
the drastic change, and I think it's like you never realize like how much puberty affects people until I see a picture of Taylor Lautner from when he was filming Shark Boy and Lava Girl and then Twilight. Because it's
Yeah,
like, who is that man? And he's not a man, he was like a literal boy
yeah,
who was like sexualized by adult grown women. Yikes.
that still like creeps me out.
Like
I
it's
love
okay.
that.
It would not that anyone should be sexualized, but like it would be okay for us, right? Be like at that time, because we were like children. We were like, oh my God, Taylor Lautner, take your shirt
Like he's
off,
so,
abs. Yeah,
yeah,
right. Because we're
like he's so hot.
children.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we were 8. We were 8, 9, 10.
But then like you had like these like adult women. I wonder, like, I don't know. That was I know that was like a thing back then
Yeah,
too. Like people being like, why are you like screaming for Jacob? He was literally quite like a minor.
yeah, and it's like, yeah, it's same like even in the books, it's like Jacob. The thing, and that's the thing that kind of like pisses me off with the way that like Stephanie wrote it to where that once the wolves phase, it's like they physically look 25. I'm like, why'd you do that? Why?
Yeah,
Because
a
then
little
it's all
odd.
like, because that's why Taylor had to get like so freaking buff and make him look like he's older than what he is. And it's like people forgot, like, yo, he's a minor. That's why I love Elizabeth Reeser, because I heard that Elizabeth Reeser would always stay close to him and like protect him during the premieres. And I'm like, that's right. That's the mom right there.
Literally, because that's terrifying. It's so weird that Jacob was literally started off at the same age as his character is supposed to be. Like Taylor started off at the same age as Jacob. And then obviously, like when he got a little older, I think when they finished, he was like either just turned 18 or like, something like that when the last movie came out.
Yeah.
Or I don't know how
Yeah.
that, something like that. That he was,
If he was, yeah, if he was 15 and 7 when they started filming, then by 2012 he would have been 21, 22.
yeah.
So
But he started
but
off as the same age as Jacob. So I think that like that's kind
yeah,
of cool for them to
yeah,
like for him to kind of like be like, oh, well, I'm playing a kid that's my age.
same with
Um,
Bella. I think, yeah, Kristen was born in what, 92? Yeah, Kristen was born in 92, so she was 16, 17 when she played Bella.
mhm.
So no wonder they were besties, her and
Yeah, they were like the
Taylor.
babies of the group. Um,
And then Robin.
yeah, Rob was over 18 for sure. And then they started dating when Kristen turned 18. And or there was that like rumor or like that thing, or I think Catherine Hardwick has said it herself, but that she had told Robert like to leave Kristen alone or something,
Well,
some weird.
I think also because Kristen was in a relationship, I think. I saw that, I read that she was I think it's the dude from Sky High.
Yes, like the main
I
guy.
heard, yeah, I heard that Kristen was in a relationship with him. And then they were together at the time she started Twilight, but then they broke up shortly after, she started filming or after Twilight finished. And
Yeah,
I think
because
that's
I
around the same
think,
time people thought her and Rob were together.
well, because remember, people thought that Rob and Nikki were together because they had like a
Yeah.
little bit of a thing, and then
Yeah.
Kristen was close to Nikki, and then
Yeah.
I don't know, just
I'm like, what? I'm like, what in the high school?
I bet, but like literally, they're also young, so there
Yeah.
had to have been something, you know. Oh, so the second announcement of the of
We got off
the of
track.
the yeah. So first announcement was that we are doing a new series. Every other podcast we will be doing a we don't know the name of it, but someone who's never read Twilight will read Twilight with us, and we'll help them break it down and all that. And then the second announcement is for sure by the end of the year we will have merch out. At least two things out. We have two ideas so far. We might just stick with the two ideas so we can kind of just get a feel for it. But
I'm working
for
on it,
sure,
by the way. I'm working
yes,
on the one that we talked about.
yes. And then the other one we're gonna I need to talk to that person. Yes. God, I'm like we're right there with each other. But oh my gosh, my other cat is just being psycho. Toothless, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Biting my toe is what he's trying to do. Oh, Toothless, please stop. You want to see why I named it Toothless? Let me show you. This is
Oh
Toothless.
my god! Hi.
We named her Toothless because she looks like the
The
dragon
dragon.
from How to Train Your Dragon.
Yes. Oh my
she'll just
god.
she'll just sit here. Like she just like doesn't care. Like she'll let you throw her around or like whatever. I like put my foot on her the other day. Like I just like rested my foot on her face and she just fell asleep. And then Nessie's jealous. Nessie's like, well, why are you getting pets and I'm not?
Look at that distinguished lady.
Gentleman, you can call her a gentle
I was a
lady.
gentle lady. Oh my god, I love that sound. Anytime my dog sits posh, I'm like, look at this distinguished gentle lady.
You cutie. Spoiled cats is what they all are. Oh, okay, yeah. So back to the sorry, it's just the cats are just here. It's just a cat break. Yeah, so we have merch coming out by the end of the year for sure. So once we get that situated, we'll like do like a little announcement and things like that, and you can see what we're gonna put out. I'm pretty excited for the one of them is like a more serious merch, but the other one is kind of like
It's
more like
goofy.
mimi and goofy and just like silly. And it's
In
something
a
I
silly
haven't
goofy
seen
mood.
yet. So that's good. Like it's
Yeah.
not something that I've seen before. I've seen it with other fandoms, maybe. Not on a shirt though. More like something that's said out loud. And that's all I'm gonna say for
Yeah.
that. So many exciting things happening for this next year, and I'm just so proud that we've been consistent. At least even if we're like are not posting on like right on time, because I don't think I'm gonna put this video out tomorrow. I think it's gonna go out on the 5th, like on the
Yeah.
podiversary date, because that's
Yeah.
iconic.
Yeah.
But it's just like with everything going on and just like pandemic and then like
Yeah.
family things, it's just like wild.
I'm happy that we've been good with this one, and maybe like we missed out on 1 week just because we took a break, but then also it's like if we miss Saturday we'll do it like Sunday like we're doing today. But RIP to our crime podcast. We'll be returning to that hopefully again shortly.
Hopefully that's the plan. I really want to. I really do. I mean, like I look up to, like remember the remember Twilight, our besties, Emily and Marin. I look up to them so much and I'm just so proud of
Same.
everything they've accomplished. and I just want to be like at their status, their level one day. I mean, and they do so much, and that like to the point like it's like becoming their like full-time job, and I'm just like that's such a dream. Like I love that for them so much, and
I
oh,
would do
but the
anything to have like a desk job. Oh, you know,
I
that's the
would
route I'm looking at. I love.
I would love, my goal is hopefully at some point at FTF we're able to do one of the live podcasts. The next hopefully next year. I think that'd be super cool, super fun. And even if not, like if we just and I don't know, but I just would love to do something with the podcast next year at FTF. I think that'd be lots of fun.
Yeah. Oh, I gotta get a job so I can start saving because it's coming out of my pocket next year.
Oh yeah. That is true.
Yeah, this
Um
year was a gift. Next year though, but I gotta go. I gotta get there. It's BD2 10th anniversary.
that oh yeah, that's
It's
I
the
wonder what
anniversary of the conclusion.
I
God damn
wonder
it.
what they're going to do for the party, for the gala. Like what's the theme gonna be?
The only way I'm gonna get the VIT really is depending on the theme of the gala because I was just gonna get maybe if I go next year, I wasn't gonna get the VIT. I was gonna just maybe get the fandom party ticket because I loved that was so much fun the Friday, but and then like if you buy the two individual tickets for the gala and the party are kind of equivalent to the VIT. So it's a like you might as well if you want to go to both get the VIT, but I don't want so depending on what the gala theme is, that's going to determine if I get VIT or not.
Yeah, I think maybe next year I will get the VIT. Actually, I don't know because I'm taking Carlos is gonna go with me next year. So I know he's really excited. And he's gonna take pictures. And next year I really, really like 100% dead plan on
Cosplay?
cosplaying as Shoban. Yeah.
Yes! Yes!
So that's like the 100% goal at like that I don't care where I have to do it at, like what or at least once I'm cosplaying as Shoban, maybe for the costume party. Nessie and Toothless are now fighting because Nessie is jealous of Toothless right now.
Oh
Oh,
no, girls are
I know
fighting.
the girls are fighting. Um, but yeah, that is my goal. So that means, I mean, I'm not gonna dye my hair red, but I mean, I've always wanted to be a ginger, so maybe. Uh, that's what we need to do. We need to cosplay as Chauvin and Maggie.
Maggie,
I think that's
I'll
the
do the costume contest with you if we do it.
okay. Cool, cool, cool.
I'll get up that early and glam up to do that.
That's the only thing. It's so early.
I
The
know it's not
only
like
thing.
what time did we get there? Because like Kenzie was in it, so we got up at like 7 o'clock because we had to get there by like 4-9.
Yeah. But that's the plan. Is Chauvin is next year. But I mean, I'm like, what do Irish people wear? Like, I'm like, she's dressed like a normal person. I guess I have to find something that looks similar to her.
She had like that she had like a long sleeve with like a cardigan vest and then like black pants and
Yeah,
boots.
like it was super simple. But I
Or
want to
you
turn
know
her
what we
into
do?
a baddie.
True, we could do definitely modernize Siobhan, or if you feeling a little risque, you could do Siobhan in the 20s when she meets Edward in Midnight Sun.
That is true. She's very well. She isn't she like not wearing anything basically
She, I don't even, yeah, I think she was very like
promiscuous.
choice.
I'll have to reread Midnight Sun to see what she's wearing because that might be a that might be a lot. Mr. Woods might be like, what are you wearing to the costume contest? Oh, that is
Oh
so
my
funny.
gosh.
Um, wow, 1 year. That's wild. That's just so crazy. This year is going by so fast. Like the school year
It
too, I'm
really
like
is.
is going by extremely fast, and I'm Cannot wait for Thanksgiving break and to just sleep in for hours. Literally, it's just next month.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving break
Oh
is
my god.
next month. So excited for that.
It's been a great year. I mean, a lot's happened this year. It's like graduated college. Then we all went to FTF, and then I'm going to Universal in December, and I'm going to meet Paige. And it's like, ah.
Yeah.
And you're
So
going back to
excited.
Forks in just a month.
I am going back literally literally in do I not have I have a countdown on my Instagram. What is that countdown? I'm like, we're going for the Bella and Edward wedding. um I think I already ordered my dress. We literally like are in a month and 9 days going back. And then Carlos is going, and Carlos is really into photography right now. So he's gonna be taking lots of pictures, and it's gonna be great. I'm so
Yes.
excited. I'm excited to go back. But then it's gonna be cold, and I'm like, ugh, I don't have anything to wear with cold, like in cold conditions.
Oh, you're going to need to get a big fluffy coat.
Yeah, I'll have to
Just
figure
get
that
something at
out.
the Outfitters.
I'm gonna wear this on the plane, like my Forks jacket on the plane, and
They'll know
then
where
we'll
you're
just
going.
yeah, they'll be like, when I was in the airport on the way back, like we were leaving in Seattle, and I had this on, and because I was like, I have to wear this back because it's like the thickest thing, and I don't need to put any more things in my luggage. But there's the guy, one of the TSA guys, he goes, "Oh, are you from Forks or you're just visiting?" And I was like, "Oh, just visiting." He goes, "Oh, like," he goes, visiting like family or visiting like for Twilight?" And I was like, "For Twilight." I was
Oh,
like,
I
oh
love
my
that.
gosh. I was
Oh,
like, but I wish I could live there.
yes. Oh,
Oh,
I've
oh
had
my
like
goodness.
some dreams about Forks recently, and I'm like, oh my god, it's like taking over my life.
I just I'm just so excited to go back. I'm gonna be in Seattle for a day. So Carlos and I get there at like 6:30. We leave at like 9 something. Um, Super excited to go back. So we can get into our topic already because people are probably like, we're waiting for you to get to the topic and you guys just keep talking. Sorry, guys. It's just we have so much to talk about. Every time we see each other, it's just like we have so much to talk about because we don't talk a lot in our normal like day-to-day life because I'm just like
Yeah,
so busy and then it just
yeah.
I forget. I messaged me the other day and I'm like real bad with like if I'm just like running and then I texted her back like literally you texted me at 3 and I texted you back at 9 and I was like, I'm so sorry I took forever, but I've been so busy all day.
That was me last semester, so no hard feelings, girl. I completely understand.
Yeah. Okay, so our topic today is the Twilight soundtrack. And I have an important question for everyone. And you can leave your comments in your answers in the comments. And I'll also do an Instagram poll for this. And or you can DM us your answer, whatever. But my question is, does your favorite soundtrack correlate with your favorite Twilight movie? I'll repeat. Does your favorite Twilight soundtrack correlate with your favorite Twilight movie? The answer for mine is no.
Mine is, see, it would have been no, but it's starting to become yes, if you get my drift. Because okay, well, I'll just say mine. So it's like for the longest time, Eclipse was my favorite movie, and it still kind of
Mm-hmm.
is, but it was never my favorite soundtrack. It's always been New Moon. And New Moon wasn't my favorite movie, but recently I've had a new appreciation for New Moon. I was watching it last night at like midnight. I didn't want to go to bed yet so I could finish it, just so I can
Mm-hmm.
like get to the Volturi scene. So It started to become my favorite. So it's like in between.
So my favorite movie is Breaking Dawn Part 1. And look, people can
Oh,
say what they will, like that, whatever. But I'm a sucker for a romance and for love. And I just like Robert
it does have the
Pattinson
most
in
romance.
that one scene just reels it in for me. He just reels it in. And it's just like, to me, oh my gosh, it might be like the worst thing to say, but as a Twilight fan, that movie really like speaks to me in a way that's like, what are you willing to do for love? Because Bella, like, and for Bella, it's two different things. It's like, what are you willing to do for your husband that you love, but what are you willing to do for this baby that
You
you
already
love?
love.
And
Yeah.
it's just like, and she's willing to die in both, for literally, and her answer is like, she's willing to die for Edward because she wants to become a vampire, and she's willing to die for the baby, like, but like dead, like forever, you know?
Yeah.
And that just like to me speaks this speaks volumes, like to like motherhood and
Oh
like
God.
oh my God, like who knew
Have
we would
you
get so
wait,
deep about Breaking Down Part 1?
I just because of what you just said, I have to ask, have you read It Ends With Us yet?
No, I haven't.
Raven, when you do, you have to
Oh
call. You have
no,
to
I'm gonna.
call me once you finish because what
I
you just
literally.
said, like just talking about
Okay,
motherhood and everything.
so this was my personal item that I took to Forks with me, and in here I took two books. It Ends With Us, Ugly Love, and I could not give my I could not bring myself to start reading them. I just couldn't.
Okay.
I was like,
Oh
it
my,
was just a lot, but I
you
got
brought
a.
both. You brought both of those with you. That was risky.
I know.
I brought The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I had to like stop before I got to the end until I got home so that I wouldn't cry until I was safe in my house. I didn't want to cry in the
Yeah,
airport.
I need to find a day, probably next weekend, because I think next weekend's my least busy weekend. Oh no, I'm wrong. I have competition on Saturdays. Actually, I can sit there and read. The students have competition, so I will be supervising them while they're in competition. But oh my gosh.
What you said about motherhood and like how you like, wow, it just, I'm like, oh God, when she reads It Ends With Us, then oh,
Okay, the one that I read, the other one that I read, which one, what is it called?
all your
What was it?
perfects.
That one is the same type of thing. Literally this if you
I haven't read that one yet.
oh,
I can't.
that is a cat. It's a Walker. What are you doing, dude? He's like trying to cut up with my computer. Leave it alone.
I just saw a
Jesus.
TikTok about like cats. They when they get on your computers because they're trying to mirror you.
Yeah, I read that too. Or I saw that TikTok. They just all want to be around me right now. They're so weird. Um,
Oh,
but yeah, so that's what I just love Breaking Down Part 1. And I think if I'm being honest, Breaking Down Part 1 is not my favorite soundtrack. It has some bangers. It has, it has
that's my second fave.
it has the Twilight, oh my God, why am I the Flightless Bird? It has
Yes,
Turning Page. It has Requiem. That
and
song, I can
cold.
listen to that. I can listen to that song on repeat all the
You know what's
time.
an you know what's an unrated one of Breaking Down Part One soundtrack?
Hmm.
Vilvera. Vilvera.
I have that one on my faves my
That's
faves list.
it's so underrated.
Let me see. Okay. So it's not my oh my gosh, Walker, literally stop. I'm
I
gonna
just see
kick you down.
whiskers.
He's like putting his face in front of the camera. He's like behind it and he's like, just leave it alone. um it is I want to say it's probably oh my it's so difficult. It's probably my like the oh my gosh, I don't know because I walked down the aisle to Turning Page. I
Yeah.
walked back down the aisle, like when Carlos and I were done. The song that was playing was A Thousand Years. So like it plays a big role in my life. But to me, Twilight soundtrack top.
It is
It's
very
just
good.
it slaps every single time. Every song is just like a banger. Every
Yeah,
single song. And it just like it
every song.
makes like it goes so well. And part of that to me is like honestly, part of that is like it's probably because Catherine Hardwicke was real like badass. Like, I don't know, like super massive black hole. Decode, come on. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna have a soundtrack with two Paramore songs and it's not gonna be your favorite? Like, come on. Full Moon. Oh my, like Full Moon. We were playing Full Moon as we were driving into Forks, and
I did
I had
too.
like literally an aneurysm because I was like, what is happening? But I was like, oh my gosh. And I want to say the reason that I think Twilight is my favorite and is a lot of people's favorite maybe is because it's so recognizable.
It is.
Like the one movie that I always come back to, or like when you start your Twilight marathon, but maybe you don't finish, you always start with like most of the time you always start with Twilight. If I'm having a day, like there's some days where like I'm feeling a little New Moon today, so I just watch New Moon, or like I'm just feeling like Breaking Down Part One, I want to cry or whatever, breaking
Yeah.
or oh my god, if I want to scream and die, I'm like Breaking Down Part Two, you know.
Yeah.
But come on, Eyes on Fire, two Robert Pattinson songs, also two Paramore, two Robert Pattinson songs. Come on.
Which still Spotify, can you please put Never Think and Let Me Sign?
Oh, I feel the struggle because I have Apple Music and literally half of the songs on Apple Music are not available. The only songs that are available: Supermassive Black Hole, Decode, Leave Out All the Rest, Linkin Park, which I think the amazing connection with Linkin Park is Linkin Park is like Bella's favorite band.
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, look.
The
Catherine
detail.
Hardwick. Catherine Hardwick read the book. She knew that Stephanie Meyer was big fans of Linkin Park, Muse, and all that, and she was all like, "Hold my beer. I'm gonna get them on this freaking
Yeah.
soundtrack."
Tremble for My Beloved. I caught myself. Come, like those are all great songs.
Oh my gosh, 50,
Claire de Lune by Debussy.
50
Have you seen that
Step at
TikTok?
the
I don't know
end.
if I found that TikTok.
I love that
But
TikTok.
they're like, he goes, it's like showing Twilight, and she goes, he goes, Debussy, and she turns the camera, she goes, Debussy.
I'm gonna make a clip of that section right there, and I'm gonna dub the TikTok sound over your voice.
Oh no. It's so funny.
Because in the recent TikTok, I didn't even realize that I had at one point said Carlisle like very loud and kind of obnoxious, and then I dubbed Edward's picture and then Carlisle right over it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those videos did well. If you guys recreating the Carlisle one did really well on my page.
Bro,
So
Cherish
funny.
is an icon.
Cherish is amazing. She's so good at impressions. I can't deal with it.
I gotta say, I was very proud of myself with my RO laugh. Like
Your
I felt
RO
like I
laugh was
hit
pretty
that good.
good. Okay. So to me, it's Twilight. For me personally. Twilight. Oh Lord. I don't know where to play. I don't know how to place New Moon and Breaking On Part One.
Just do them both at 2.
Okay, for me, they're both at 2. Yes, they're both at 2. Then I have Breaking On Part 2, and then Eclipse is last for me. I know, don't hate me. But okay. Another question: does your least favorite the Twilight soundtrack, correlate with your least favorite movie? For me, yes.
For me, no, because Eclipse was my favorite, but Eclipse is my least favorite. I only like when I look at the Eclipse soundtrack and I listen to it, the only songs that I really am like repeat are "Let's Get Lost," With You in My Head,
Mm-hmm.
Neutron Star Collision, and what's the other one? And
I'm
My
not.
Love.
It has some bangers. The
Yeah.
vibe is not there for me.
For me, it doesn't match the vibe of Eclipse. Eclipse is like, so tense because like, oh my god, Vampire Army, Victoria's back, all that stuff.
Yeah.
But like after the freaking bangers that Twilight and New Moon were, Eclipse just kind of was a disappointment to me. Except Let's Get Lost. That's the only fucking song that really I'm like, oh my god, this fucking hits.
Yeah. There's very few songs in here. I can listen to the Eclipse album, songs on the Eclipse album separately.
Yeah.
Neutron Star Collision, I only like the beginning. Heavy in Your Arms, I really like.
Oh, I love that one too.
My
And
Love
I like
was
Life on
great.
Earth.
Love My Love. Chop and Change, I think is really good.
The one song that I was just like, really? This was on a Twilight soundtrack? Was the CeeLo Green one.
Yeah. Also, I really like the With You in My Head. I really like that, but I only like it for that part. That's it.
But that's two freaking artists that I would not have expected on a Twilight soundtrack. CeeLo Green and Bruno Mars.
Yeah, the Bruno Mars. It's a little. Why are you there?
That's the one BD1 song that I can't listen to. I don't know why I never liked It Will Rain, even when it first came out.
The thing is for me, it's like not a Twilight song. Like I listened to that song on the radio not because of Twilight, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and it's not even like it's like where even it plays in the end credits, right? Like they couldn't have chosen.
It's the second. It's like the second end credit song because the first one is End Tapes.
But I'm like, why? Like you couldn't have chose a better song.
Yeah. They could have put Miss Lana Del Rey on the freaking album. She would have.
I really love Turning Page. From Now On, Come On. That song bangs.
Banger.
1,000 Years. I really like Sister Rosetta.
Oh, that was so good.
I love it so much.
I love End Tapes.
Obviously the wedding version of Flightless Bird. Come on. Tears. Requiem on Water. It makes me sob every time I hear it. Yeah. That's the song that I hear and I'm like, when I am pregnant, that is the song that I'm putting over my announcement video or like my birth and like just something because that is just like that is the song. It's just such a beautiful song. Cold, come on. That is such a good song. And then we have Turning Page instrumental. And I mean, every song on here is so, I mean, the one I'm like Neighbors, I didn't mean it.
I love that I didn't mean it. I only really love I didn't mean it because it fits so well with the end credit scene of the Volturi.
Yeah, it does.
That's the only.
I love my charger. I need to get my charger. Okay. Let me plug this baby in. I was having so many cords because then the cat started attacking all of them. Look, they're already looking at like, what are you doing? Okay.
Oh, so if I had to list my rankings, because I've gotten like scandalized by this. Like, oh my god, I remember my one video where I used your audio. People were coming at me in the comments, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, it's an opinion. But it's like for me, it's New Moon, and then it's New Moon at the top, and then BD1 and Twilight are like number 2, and then it goes BD2, Eclipse is last. But like people were coming at me, they were like, you dare put, because at the time I had put them, in 5, and I put Twilight at 3rd just because at the time I was really into BD1 and I was listening to it a lot more because my preference changes depending on how when I listen to a thing more or I watch something more than the others. So it's just like coming at me and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, let's look at the new moon
Love
soundtrack.
it.
It's a bang. Everything is so good. Meet Me on the Equinox, Friends, Hearing Damage, Possibility,
Monsters.
White Demon Love Song, Satellite Heart. Like literally all of these are so good. Satellite Heart, I Belong to Rosalind, Done All Wrong, The Violet Hour, Shooting the Moon, Slow Life. These are all good songs.
Yes.
I don't know why to me this one is more second than well no, yeah. I to me it's just like because you could hear these songs separately. I think there's an exception with a few of them like Roslyn, Possibility, where you hear them, you're like, oh my gosh, Twilight. But there's a couple of them that you can hear separately and not automatically associate it with Twilight because maybe it doesn't use enough of it. Like they only use like a portion of it or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
But that's why to me, like Twilight, the Twilight soundtrack is like every single song on there is like you hear it and you're like Twilight, 100%.
Yeah. The
No,
only crime against humanity for the BD2 soundtrack is that Fire in the Water is only 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
yeah, I'm like looking at this soundtrack and I'm like, what? How many songs does it have? 8?
BD2?
Yeah.
It has 14.
Okay, so the one on Apple Music only has 8 songs on it.
Yeah, it's got so first we got Where I Come From, which iconic. I mean, I cry at that song. Then we got Bittersweet by Ellie Goulding, which I don't listen to that one a lot, and I think that's the one that like kind of gets forgotten. Which speaking of forgotten, you got the Forgotten
Yeah.
by Green Day, Fire in the Water, Everything and Nothing. That's pretty. Oh, The Antidote. I always think of Emmett when The Antidote plays. Speak
Mm-hmm.
Up, Heart of Stone, Cover Your Tracks, Ghosts, All I Ever Needed, New for You. That's another one that I don't really listen to a lot. And then 1,000 Years Part 2. And then it's the Plus Que Ma Por Favor, which is like the piano ballad.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm like Breaking Down Part 2 might be my least favorite. I don't listen to these songs as much as I listen to the other ones.
Yeah, I listen mostly to Where I Come From, Fire in the Water, The Antidote, Ghost, All I Ever Needed, and then Part 2. That's like the only ones I listen to.
So I'm gonna change it. It's gonna be Twilight, Breaking Down Part 1, New Moon, Eclipse, Breaking Down Part 2. Yeah.
Ugh.
That's my official list. And I base them partially on the song, like which ones I listen to the most, and like just the ones with like my favorite songs in it.
Yeah, that's how I kind of also, and also I do it by like, okay, which one do I skip the least? Which one has the least amount of skips? Which one has the most amount of skips? Which is a crime when you think about it, because the people will be like, "Oh my god, you skip songs on the Twilight soundtrack." I'm like, "Yeah, I do. There's some that I'm like, okay, I like the next one better."
Yeah.
Not Twilight and New Moon and BD1. I don't really skip, but like BD2 and Eclipse have a lot of skips for me.
Yeah. Those are those are them. I mean, there's just I I just want to know who put together the last 2 soundtracks. I feel like there should have been more effort into them.
Yeah, I mean, you start off strong with Twilight, and then it just
We should what we should do is we should redo a the soundtrack for Eclipse and Breaking On Part 2.
bet. Oh my God, you Lord, Lana Del Rey, Hoyser. I feel like they should be on that soundtrack somewhere.
Yeah. They do. We
They
need to
would have.
do a modern playlist, like a Twilight playlist for each movie, like a modernized like songs that happened today.
Oh yeah, because like that. What's that one song? Take Me Back to the Night We Met. That one makes me feel Twilight vibes. Driver's License would have been on New Moon.
100%. Or Twilight, driver's license, or um traitor, you betrayed me.
Yeah.
I know that you'll never feel sorry. But the way I hurt. Sorry, I just like scream that song in my car all the time.
My brother played it the other night when we went out to dinner for my dad's birthday. And then, but the thing is that my parents don't listen to, Olivia Rodrigo, and I personally don't. And so my brother is a big fan. So when nobody else was singing along, he turned it off. He's like, since none of y'all appreciate this, I'm just gonna change it.
I mean, there's only a couple of songs, and I only started listening to it because when I helped Mara move to Utah, she was like, "Can you put on Olivia Rodrigo?" And I was like, "Okay." So we listened to the whole album, and I was like, "There's a few songs that I was like, oh, I really like these." Um, Let me see.
Good for You sounds like
Good for
Misery's
you.
Business.
Yeah, it does. Good for you.
But
Traitor. Um, Favorite Crime. Those are my favorite. And driver's license. But I mean, driver's license, I feel like it really overplayed, so that's why I don't really listen to it a lot.
I listen to Driver's License with mashups. Like there's like two mashups. There's Billie Eilish's Ocean Eyes with Driver's License, and then Taylor Swift's Getaway Car. And it's like those I listen to because I'm like they fit so good, the mashup. Which speaking of Billie Eilish, I also feel like she would be on a modern day Twilight soundtrack.
Yeah, she would. I definitely see that.
I feel like it's her one song, which is like The Party's Over or something, which is very low. It reminds me of Possibility, kind of. And so I'm like, oh, that would be on New Moon.
I'm trying to see because I have songs and I'm like, this would definitely be on. Did you ever watch, first of all, did you ever watch Bridgerton?
Watch what?
Bridgerton?
I did watch Bridgerton.
Have you listened to the Bridgerton musical?
I haven't.
You need to go listen to it now. It's so good. It is so good. Okay. There's a song it's called Fleet Foxes. It's called Isles. I think there's two songs. Can I Believe You and Isles are two songs that I really think that they would be on. They're really like to me, they're very New Moon vibes.
Ooh.
Let me see. Where am I? You know, another one that I feel like gives me Twilight vibes, but just like maybe not the song itself, but just like the background, like if they did it without the lyrics, what is Meet Me at Our Spot? The kind of vibe, baby, where we going for the night? But the background reminds me of like something that'd be like when her and Jacob are hanging out and stuff.
Yeah.
Um, okay. How come they didn't put the reason by who, like the reason and the reason is you? I feel like that's like a perfect song for Twilight.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, Hard Feeling.
Also there's no 30 Seconds to Mars songs on there, and I feel like some of those would be pretty good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I Get to Love You by Roll. Have you ever heard that one? I don't know. Have you seen The Vampire
Mm-mm.
Diaries?
Yes.
Do you remember this song?
Oh
It's when
yeah,
David
yeah.
and it's the song David and Elena dance to, I think. But that
Okay,
I feel like that would be BD1.
perfect. As the World Caves In, come on.
Yes.
That would have to be in there.
Yes.
It would have to. Um, I'm like looking through my time list, like what would be on there?
This feels like it would be a new moon. It's Feeling Whitney by Post Malone.
Yes.
That would have been a new
Yes.
that. Oh my god, this is my sad bitch hours playlist on Spotify. I'm like, oh my god, yes.
I'm like, I'm going to my playlist. I'm gonna find a song. Where is it? There's a song I'm looking for, but I forgot what it's called. I'm like, my playlist is so weird. I have like a really weird mixture of songs in here. Okay, how come the beginning of Welcome to the Black Parade was not played? At least there's no My Chemical Romance and stuff. You're gonna tell me that Stephanie Meyer is like a My Chemical Romance stan, and there's no My Chemical Romance on there.
I read somewhere that NCR had been asked like multiple times and they said no, and it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, that they were at that MCR was asked to make a song for one of the soundtracks, and they said, I'm not down with that vampire shit.
Like, come on.
But it would have been iconic. Come on.
Yeah, I bet Stephanie was like, fudge, because that is her favorite band.
What if this was all like Twilight was just all a plot to get Stephanie Meyer to meet My Chemical Romance?
You know, I don't blame her. Are you kidding me? If I had the chance to cook up something that would get me to meet One Direction, I would do it.
That is so funny. Imagine she's just like, I'm gonna write a book, and it's gonna be it's gonna be goth romance, and I'm gonna meet Gerard Way. Oh no! Oh my gosh, Stephanie Meyer, we're on to you, girl. We know what you're doing.
We know you ain't slick, queen.
I've been really into this band called Greta Van Fleet, and I was introduced to them because of TikTok. I have to send you some of their songs because literally I'm obsessed. That's the whole reason I got my tattoo, was because it's based off of one of their songs. In one of their songs, it says, shadows of the earth, may our tears of rain wash down to bathe you. And that's why I got a cloud with an I and 3 tears of rain. My niece, every time she sees it, she goes, is crying? Is crying? And I was like, it's crying. She's so cute. She's the most adorable thing ever. And yeah, so that's the whole reason I got the tattoo. And I feel like at least some of their like one of their songs would have to have been on the album because they're very like rock alternative, like you know, they're pretty cool. And they're actually, oh my god, they're in Texas right now. They're at the ACL Austin City Limits festival. They'll be here this weekend and next weekend, and I'm like so sad because I totally would have bought tickets, but
yeah,
so sad. But it's fine. I'm sure they're getting bigger, like they're becoming more popular, so I'm assuming that they'll have a bigger tour than like next year or something, because right now they're like opening for Metallica and stuff, you know.
Ooh,
I know. I was like, Carlos, oh, they're opening for Metallica in Georgia, and I was like, I was telling Carlos, and I was like, I was almost gonna buy you, like, I was gonna buy Metallica tickets and be like, surprise, because he loves Metallica. And then I was like, and then I was not gonna tell him that they were the opening artist, and then go to the concert, and then he would have been like, are you kidding me? This is why you bought them, just for this. It's a 2-in-1.
Hey, I mean, hell, I got tickets to see Journey, and they were also playing with Def Leppard, so 2-in-1 deal.
Yeah, but they're so cute. They're all young. They're probably like our age.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they're young. They're young boys. I'll have to send you some of their videos. Because they are, I love them so much. But yeah, so soundtracks. So what we should do, I think, super cool is we each find 10, well, not each, we'll get like 10 songs, and it's like and then we'll put it on like Instagram or something, songs that we feel would be in the Twilight Saga today, and we'll make like a little TikTok or little video, and we'll
I'll get my notebook ready. Wait, which notebook is this? Oh, this is my
that way, and then
notebook.
I can edit something for us, that way we can have something. Hi, Nessie. You want to be seen on camera again? Come here. Hello, Nessie. Talk in the mic. No, she said no.
Oh, yes. She's like, I fit, I sit.
Yeah, this is her response. Sometimes she'll just go and she'll just like try to balance on my knee, and I'm like, what are you doing? You know, a whole thigh there for you to lay on, and she's like trying to balance on my knee. She's a silly girl. Nessie. But yeah, guys, so that is I think that's it. I mean, we have such a good, like, I think we're just so grateful for everything. Like, even though, you know, like we're still new and we're still like starting off, and like, you know, I mean, new in our terms, you know, because a year is still, I mean, it's a long time, but it's still like, whoa, like fresh. I'm just so grateful for everything, and like excited for like what the future brings, and all that, and just wow.
Yes. Oh my god, wait, hold on. I gotta just do a quick thing. 5 out of 5. Go read these. You guys got me these, and 5 out of 5.
Oh, those are the books that we got you for your birthday, right?
Yeah, all the ones that I read in the month of September were the ones that you guys got me for my birthday.
Oh, I love them.
These, okay, listen. Enemies to lovers, in my eyes, is the superior trope, but it hits different sometimes when it's friends to lovers. And this was so cute. I think you would really like this. This one was Alex and Poppy. It's like every year they go on a week vacation for the past 10
saw
years.
that at Barnes and Nobles, and I was like this close to buying it, but you know me, I'm like, I'm never stepping foot into another Barnes and Nobles until I finish the books. And then
read, finish It Ends With Us and Ugly Love, because then this can pick up the pieces after this ends with
no.
This is so cute. I love this. This is so heartbreaking, but it's got a lot of good messages, and I think this has one of the best character developments I've ever seen in a book.
Oh, wow.
So good. It's historical fiction, but it's kind of cool because it's like Evelyn Hugo is based off of like golden Hollywood icons.
Yeah.
So good. Those were my 2 5 out of 5. All the other one, the Colleen Hoover books that I read, they were all very good, but they were all 4 to 4.7. These 2 were my 5 out of 5 for the month of September.
So wow. Good. Yay. Okay. I'll have to get those later. Hopefully I plan to read at least a book a month. I need to like really like set that with myself. Even though like I know with Colleen Hoover, I'm like, I can, if I sit and read those books, I will finish them in a day or like in a couple of hours.
Oh, I read Ugly Love and Confess because they're so fast paced. I just couldn't put it down. I read those within a day. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my god. And like,
oh my goodness.
I can't wait till you're I kind of want you to read Ugly Love before you read It Ends With Us, but whichever one you do, it's like, wow, it's a roller coaster.
I'm excited. Oh no. I'm gonna cry. I already know it. Oh no. Well, guys, I think that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. And every time, and thank you to our loyal listeners. I know we have a couple who just listen to every episode, and they're so supportive, and we love you guys so much. I'm like,
much love to you.
Wow, guys. Okay, thank you so much from me and Ree and Nessie. we say thank you so much for being here for a year and sticking with us for a whole year. We don't
Yes.
plan on stopping now. Maybe when we're like old and gray and no one likes us because we're old. But who knows? Uh yeah, we just thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time where we start our new series. So we'll talk to you guys at the next episode. Bye.